Hey guys, it's Matt here. I just wanted to kind of talk about the events that have happened with George Floyd and the protests that turned violent in Minnesota. Um, I had seen the video about what happened to George Floyd, and it was absolutely, very disturbing, obviously for people, for like obviously the nation, because it was filmed and everybody, it went viral. I was I was just very appalled by the actions of some of the Minnesota officials, especially the one that had his knee on George's neck. It was absolutely disturbing. I have no words for that. And I wasn't even there. I just saw it from a video. I can't imagine what it was like for people that were there and witnessed it and didn't have a choice but to stand by and watch it. Uh, the officer that did it, um, I felt he had this look on his face that was very blank. It was very hatred. It was very full of just rage. Completely unprofessional, completely reckless. And I, not only that, but the officer that stood by and just kind of watched, not watched, but just kind of didn't do anything about it. Um, People obviously they got upset. Um, which they had every right to do. I was angry just by seeing the video. Um, but unfortunately, the protesting started to happen, which was great. I believe in that. But then it turned violent. They started destroying, businesses. Anything they could get their hands on, they pretty much destroyed. um, and I don't believe in riots and violence and anything like that to solve a problem. I spent too many so many years being an angry kid and being a and just yelling a lot and just freaking out and all of that. And I know what it's like to feel angry, feel defeated, feel discriminated against because of the uh, how you look or the color of your skin or what you do or say or anything. Especially nowadays, you get judged by who knows what you just do. And I like I said, I spent too many years doing that, and I had to uh, realize that I got to a certain point in my life where I just couldn't continue my life and being angry. And so I kind of, I try to let go of things that I know I can't really do anything about. And the things that I can, I try to educate. I try to um, convince um, people that it's not right, and then I try to express why I don't think it's right in a very calm way. Um, but my what happened with me was not what happened with George Floyd, and unfortunately a lot of people that are facing um, discrimination and all of that. It's a huge problem that we're facing right now. Um, there's just other ways to handle it though, instead of using violence and assaulting people and just and um, I even though I of course agree and understand where people are coming from and the frustration that they have, I still stand behind law enforcement because I feel like, when a situation happens, if you need help or whatever, they at the end of the day, there's a lot of them that risk their lives to get to you to help you to save your life. And unfortunately, we're not. I mean, we don't believe in the system. We don't believe in that in the officers. We don't trust them. We don't respect them. We don't. I mean, anything at this point right now, which is understandable. But I just want to say that not all law enforcement uh, abuses their power of a badge. Not all officers are like that officer that unfortunately killed George Floyd. And let's also not forget that the officer was held accountable, and he was charged with murder, and he was charged also with manslaughter, if I understand it. Um, so he's never gonna see the light of day again, and I won't be surprised if he doesn't even live out the rest of his sentence, especially all of what has happened. But all of that started, all the violence, all the fires, all the just the really chaotic stuff started in Minnesota. I live in Washington, so it wasn't too long before it started. It reached over here in Washington. um, it definitely came to Seattle. The riots happened, violent. I saw, people breaking windows. I saw people that were kids. I saw kids over there involved in that. I think, from what I understand, a little girl got pepper sprayed in the face, and then somebody poured milk on her head. I couldn't even watch the rest of it. I didn't even watch the rest of it. I turned it off pretty quick. But um, I mean, we have to understand the differences between officers that abuse the power of their badge, and then the officers that are out there that do good every day and are trying to do good and be a good police officer. And I know right now that's impossible to tell the difference right now, because everybody is in such panic and anger, and the officers they'll feel that too. I mean, they'll man. I mean, if you ever seen a Bruce Willis movie, if you ever seen Die Hard, if you ever seen John Wick, I mean, those officers. I mean, they're ready. They're ready for that. If they need to, they're ready. And I feel like we are giving them that reason. We are giving them a reason to act violent towards us because we are so angry and we are acting violent back, meaning, we're breaking windows, we're trying to assault the officers, which is exactly their point. Um, and everybody's going, oh, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, which of course they do. All lives matter. Um, um, and it's we have to try and keep our composure. And if you want to have a peaceful protest, then have a peaceful protest. Don't add to the don't be a problem. Don't add to the problem and start acting out and start making an ass out of yourself, which um, trust me, I know what that's like because I've done that. I don't know how many times I've done that. I've made a complete ass of myself, and the thing is that you know when you start to act violent and you start to throw like a really big fit and everything, whatever led you up to that doesn't matter because all people see and all law enforcement sees is that they're resisting or they're getting violent towards I mean, they'll be the problem, and so don't give them that reason, don't officers. The majority of law enforcement have body cameras now. We all have smartphones, as we know, so just I don't know. They can we can film as much as they can film. So like I said, uh, I stand with law enforcement still, and I stand with uh, uh, everybody as well, equally. Not more, not more than the other. Everybody. And I wish that all people would treat each other equally. I mean, whether you're black or you're disabled or but that unfortunately that's just not the case. It just doesn't happen that way. As much as we want to, uh, as much as we wanted to, and as much as we uh, try to make it that way, we just can't. I mean, and unfortunately, uh, the dirty cop the situation that happened it definitely was not the first, and unfortunately, I don't think it'll be the last. Um, like I said, protesting is a way to stand up for what you believe in and all that. But as soon as you turn violent, as soon as you ruin another person's business or you assault somebody or all, I mean, everything that you try to say and try to stand up for goes right out the window because nobody's gonna give you any rope um, to hold on to if you do that because it's just the way it is. I had to learn that um, the hard way, and so I get discriminated against like a lot. I don't make a big deal about it because I guess I spent so many years making a big deal about it that it's just not worth it. So Uh, you just have to know what's right and what's wrong, and it's common knowledge now that we do. At least we're supposed to. And so, yeah, I hope that this blows over. I hope things get turned around, and I just hope that everybody starts treating each other better, and I hope that nobody else gets hurt or killed um, by all this. And I think we just all need to, I don't know, we all need to just calm down, and we just need to go back home, or we need to go to Disneyland, or I sure as hell need to go to Disneyland. That's for sure. Because even though I'm not involved, and even though I don't go out and protest, and I don't, you know, speak my mind 100% of the time, that doesn't mean that I'm not, that I don't see and I don't hear and I don't, you know, I mean, trust me, I see what goes on. I hear what goes on. I just, you have to use your head. You have to use your head, and sometimes I know that that's a very difficult thing to do when you feel like you're backed into a corner, like a wounded like a wounded horse or something. But I don't know. That's just, it's a very tough and very complicated thing. But like I said, we all have to just keep our composure. We have to get our point across, and we have to just, I don't know. We have to move on, because I know that every black individual that lost their lives, I know that that's what they want. They would want. They would want, peace. They would want, and I know that George Floyd would never want any of this to get as out of control as it's gotten. Um, so, um, yeah, I mean that's all I can say. Uh, and from what I understand, all the officers that were involved were held accountable. So, uh, I mean, that's there's nothing more we can do. I mean, um, it happened, and we have to try to just move forward and hope that which I mean, I'm pretty sure they got the message. I mean, yeah. I mean, I sure as hell would have gotten the message by now. But I don't know. We'll have to see. But anyway, but yeah, that's all I got for now. So I hope you guys are doing well. Otherwise, see you later. Bye.